What's up, guys? Welcome back to another 5x5 training session. For anybody who's new, the idea is 25 to 30 minutes, 5 different blocks, each one lasting about 5 minutes and each one targeting a different aspect of our fitness, okay? So we always start with a dynamic warm-up. Today, we're gonna go through 5 exercises at about 30 seconds of work at each exercise for a full round, and then we'll repeat that. So 2 times through the circuit. First one we're gonna do is our half world's greatest stretch. So you're gonna go ahead and take a lunge position, drop your elbow to your instep, and then rotate up towards the ceiling. All right, so we're just gonna work the same side for 30 seconds on this first round. Work at your own pace. Do your best to keep your back leg fully extended, at least as best as you can. If you need to come down to a knee because you just don't have the flexibility to maintain that extended position, that's fine. Just get a couple more here, guys. Cool. Let's switch it up. Other side, same idea, okay? So lunge forward, dropping the elbow towards the instep, trying to keep everything moving nice and smooth. You don't need to work through pain. If you've got pain anywhere along that range of motion, just stop shy of the painful point. But the idea here, guys, is that we're trying to limber up a little bit, okay? So here's our last one on this world's greatest stretch. Half world's greatest stretch. Good, cool. Next one we're gonna do is a little hip and hamstring combination. So kneeling position, pushing the hip forward, and then sitting back, stretching the hamstring on the opposite leg. So forward, back, forward, back. We're just working the same side here for this 30-second block, and then we'll switch over to the other side for another 30 seconds. Good. And again, about 30 seconds, okay? If you've got a timer, you can keep your own time. I'd say just try to stick with me, but along the entirety of the workout, switch over to the other side. Make sure that you are working at your own pace, okay? So on most of these exercises, the harder you are working, meaning either the higher you're trying to jump or the faster you're trying to move, the more challenging the workout will be, since everything is sort of tracked based on time. So if you need to increase the intensity of anything, just try to work so that you're getting more repetitions in. If you need to slow down, then slow down. That's our hip and our hamstring. Next one, we're gonna do another hip and add some glute. So dropping our chest down towards our knee and then rotating back, okay? So you can see that from the side, dropping the chest towards the knee, coming down to the forearm and reaching over across the body. So here, I'm getting a stretch on the glute and the hamstring on this front leg, and here, getting a stretch in my hip on the back leg. Just get a few more reps here. And then we're gonna switch over to the other side. Cool, switch it over. So dropping the chest, come to the forearm, reach, and while you're reaching, sort of try to squeeze your butt on that back leg and push your hip forward, okay? Just get a few more reps here. Just work within your relative comfort zone. So it's okay to be uncomfortable, just make sure that you're not pushing into pain. Cool? All right, guys. Next one we're gonna do, Superman. Face down. The idea is to try to keep your eyes on the floor, reach your thumbs and your heels as high towards the ceiling as you can. Again, avoid trying to look forward. Keep your eyes straight down at the mat, thumbs towards the ceiling, squeezing your butt, trying to get up on your belly button. So here you should get a good squeeze for about a second at the top, and then control yourself back down towards the floor. Good, so a few more reps here. Cool, relax. We're gonna do one more set of those, guys. Walk your hands out, push your butt towards your heels, drop the hips. Okay, one more set on our Supermans. Eyes on the floor, thumbs towards the ceiling, heels towards the ceiling, squeezing your butt. Nice and controlled. So again, just getting warmed up, but the idea of a warm-up is to actually get the body warm as well as start to prepare the different tissues for the workout ahead. So take your time, but make sure that you're also keeping the body moving, allowing those two things to be accomplished. Getting warm, so starting to feel like your body's heating up a little bit, starting to feel like you're limbering up a little bit. Good, we got one more, bird dogs, opposite arm, opposite leg. So right arm, left leg, back underneath, seeing if I can touch the knee to the elbow underneath of me. If you can't, just go as far as you can comfortably without losing your balance. And again, letting the thumb go towards the ceiling and keeping your eyes on your mat. So this is a little bit of a rotational exercise, because that's one thing that we want to do from a functional perspective, is we want to make sure that we're working in different ranges of motion and different planes, not just up and down and forward. Okay, opposite side, same thing. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Squeeze your butt. Reach your thumb up towards the ceiling. Keep your stomach tight so that you don't feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on your lower back or hyperextending the low back. If you're feeling it in your lower back, don't try to reach as high. Just a few more here. Cool. Hips back, hips down, just a couple more times. Let's get 3 more. And then we're gonna get ready to move into our next block, which is our neuro activation block. So the idea of neuro activation is to start to fire up the nervous system a little bit more. So increasing our intensity and the speed with which we move. First one we're gonna do is actually gonna be in a seated position. We call this a plyometric glute bridge. So here's a regular glute bridge. Throwing the hips forward, keeping the stomach tight, getting the feet off the floor is our plyometric version, okay? If you can't do that, just shoot your hips up nice and fast. We're gonna do a few more, then we're gonna relax. Good, relax for a second. So we do a total of 3 rounds at this exercise for about 10 seconds with 20 seconds in between each round. And then we'll repeat that same pattern for 2 more exercises after, okay? So your choice, 3, 2, 1, either just nice and fast, stomach tight, so that again, you're not arching your lower back, or if you've got the plyometric, get a couple of plyometrics. 2 more, 1 more. Good, relax, about 20 seconds. Then we're gonna back it up and do it 1 more time before moving on to our next exercise. Our next exercise is gonna be a little push-up variation. We'll modify it if needed. 3, 2, 1, and go. Last time on these guys. Two more. Good, relax. Next one, push up and reach. So you can modify the push up if necessary, but the idea is to push up, get a fast reach, and then alternate to the other side. So going back and forth, left arm, right arm, on each rep. We're just gonna work for about 10 seconds. So the goal is to get as many as you can and to go through that movement pattern quick. You can also do them here. Good. So your choice. We've only got a few reps left. Good, relax. So 2 more rounds, 10 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest in between. And again, this is meant to start to get the nervous system fired up just a little bit more. Get the body a little more prepared for some resistance training, which we have next. All right, so your choice, either here or modified, but just try to get the arm out fast and get back. Good, relax. Do 1 more set, and then we have 1 more exercise. Alrighty, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Good, relax. Okay, last one. We'll do some power skips. So the idea is to skip really high and drive your opposite arm and your opposite leg forward. Okay? And then we can alternate. All right. First set, 3, 2, 1, and go. Just 10 seconds. So you can see it from the side. Trying to stay nice and tall. Eyes are forward. Relax. Good. It's 1 down, 2 to go. 3, 2, 1, and go. So just getting a few on each side, maybe 5. Good, relax. One more time. Ten more seconds. Final set. 3, 2, 1, and go. Drive the knee really high and use the arms. Good, and relax. So for our resistance exercise today, we're gonna do a alternating dumbbell floor press with a bridge position. So 1 dumbbell in each hand. If you only have 1 dumbbell, that's okay. You can just do one side and then the other on the next set. You can alternate. So here's our position. Back side is up. We're gonna work for about 40 seconds, give or take, with a 20-second break in between. So these reps are really gonna add up. So start modestly with the weight, and then you can increase the load if you need as we progress through the 5 rounds. So we have 5 rounds total, 40 seconds of work, with about 20 seconds of rest in between. So pretty short breaks and a lot of time under tension, so meaning those sets last a pretty long time. If you can't maintain that bridge position, or you start to feel like your lower back is working too much, then go ahead and bring yourself down. Don't worry about holding the bridge. All right, that's set 1. Got my second set coming in here. So on this one, if you've got a little bit of weight, go ahead and increase your weight. What's up, Jesse? How are you, man? Got one of our other coaches here in the building, coming to practice what he preaches, I believe. Let's bring it on back. So again, either with the same weight that you had, either with or without this bridge position, alternating left and right. Pace yourself. Find a tempo that's sustainable but challenging. Here we go. Got about 20 seconds left. We might have some guest appearances in our workout today, but that's all right. You can keep focusing. Good job. 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. All right, about 20 seconds to recover. I'm gonna increase my weight again. Feel free to do the same if you're able to. You don't have to. Just a little bit. 20 seconds doesn't last very long, does it? All right. Be mindful of your position. All right, here we go. Bridge position if you can. Slow your reps down a little bit if you need to. There you go. Got about 15 seconds left. You start to get real fatigued, you can hold the dumbbells up top. A couple more here. Good, and time. All the way down. 20 seconds. One thing you can do also, if you start to work your way up and you feel like you're getting a little fatigued, you're losing your form or your technique, or it's just starting to feel a little too heavy for you, start to work your way back down. So I worked up on the first couple of sets. I'm gonna work my way back down on these last 2. It's a good way to kind of mix things up. 3, 2, 1, hips up. Let's knock it out. About 12 on each side. That's what I was getting. Maybe 10. My shoulders are starting to fire up pretty good though. Another good option here is if you're starting to fatigue, drop 1 dumbbell, switch to just a single dumbbell. Same idea, okay? Keep your elbows in tight by your side on this version. Feel those still working. And time, good. One more, last one on our dumbbell press with our bridge position or without our bridge position, depending on which variation you're doing. Okie dokie. 10 seconds. It's a lot of reps in a short period of time. 3, 2, 1, there you go. Essentially non-stop sets, it almost feels like. So again, modest loads are okay. It can still be very effective. Primary goal should be to work the target area here. It's our delts and our chest primarily. Our triceps are working as well. And trying to maintain good form, good control, good position. Couple more seconds here. Let's get 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. All right, that's it on our resistance block. Doesn't take a whole lot to be effective, especially when we're keeping short rest periods, maintaining a lot of volume. All right, guys, so our next one, we're gonna do a little bit of conditioning. So we've got 2 exercises. We're gonna practice for 20 seconds each. First one's our lateral cuts. On these, you wanna make sure that you're getting your hips nice and low and that you're reaching with your outside hand towards the floor, so don't try to stay tall. I had to cut because I was starting these guys and my mic flew off. So hopefully it stays on this time. 20 seconds. Good. All right, our second exercise, sprinter sit-ups. So have a seat, come all the way up, opposite arm and the opposite leg move together. 20 seconds here. A little bit of core work. So we're working back and forth with these 2 exercises for a total of 5 rounds, 20 seconds at each exercise on each round. Good. Good. All the way up. Round 2. I'm gonna hold on to this mic so I don't lose it again. 3, 2, 1, here you go. One little step between. And time. Back to our sprinter sit-ups. Opposite arm. All right, let's get ready to go back to our lateral cuts. Let's go. And time. All right, let's go back. Opposite arm, opposite leg on these sprinter sit-ups. All right, guys, 3 rounds down, 2 to go. Time. Sprinter sit-ups. All right, guys, one more round on each. Good, time. One more set on our alternating sprinter sit-ups, and then we cool down. Good job, guys. So on our stretch, the goal is to start to focus on cooling down, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So we're gonna go to our half world's greatest stretch position, knee up or knee down, and we're just gonna drop our elbow towards our instep and hold this for about 30 seconds. And then we'll switch and do the same thing on the other side. So another thing that people oftentimes fail to do during a training session is a cool down. And it's about more than just stretching and unloading some of the joints and some stuff like that. It's also about reminding the nervous system and the rest of the body that we can shift out of fight or flight mode and come back down towards a resting state. Switch to the other side. And you'd be shocked how much of a difference that can make in terms of your recovery and how you feel, not just between training sessions, but during the next thing, work, emails, whatever it might be. Next one, hip and ham. So half kneeling position, squeezing the butt, pushing the hip forward. We're gonna hold this position here. About 30 seconds, and then we'll switch to the other side. Big breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as your heart rate starts to come back down, focus on trying to make those breaths longer and deeper. Good. Switch to the other side, same thing. Good, all the way down. We're gonna do a little hurdler stretch for the hamstrings, okay? So, one leg out to a 90 position or in, doesn't matter. Just get a little stretch for the hamstring on the extended leg. Hold this side for 30 seconds and then we'll switch over. Good, let's switch. Big breaths in, through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. Let's drop down to our 90-90 glute stretch. Just holding this position here. Good, switch over to the other side, same thing. Good, we'll come up to a butterfly stretch. So hands on the feet or on the ankles, driving the knees towards the floor. So again, for anybody who's just following through for the first time or making it to the end for the first time, the idea is most people do a little bit too much. It's not always the case, but they think that they've got to go to the gym 6 days a week for 2 hours a day. But a lot of times a minimal effective dose that's required to improve our overall fitness and our overall health and wellness is a lot less than we think it is. So I appreciate you guys' time, and I look forward to seeing you on the next 5x5 training session. Health is wealth, y'all. Peace.